Hey everybody, I'm Rick Mount, part of the Mike Hardy and Rick Mount team here at Paradigm Mortgage Group. Wanted to bring you this week's market update and tell you a little bit about what's going on in the market. Today is Wednesday, February 20th. Hard to believe we're almost 2 months down into the 2013 year. But hey, we're starting to develop a common theme. Are you guys ready for round two? Politicians are duking it out, much like they did over the fiscal cliff at the end of 2012. But now the new word of the day is sequestration. Sequestration is talking about the automatic federal government spending cuts that are set to take place in March unless they can come to some agreement. And of course, both sides of the House are arguing over what to do. Do we increase revenues by taxation or do we cut expenses? And obviously nobody agrees. Kind of a common theme, so they continue to duke it out. What impact does this sequestration have on our economy? That's really the question at hand and what's causing a lot of people a lot of angst. So the spending cuts are supposed to total $85 billion for this year and a total of $1.2 trillion over the next 10 years, and they affect everybody. There was very few exemptions, Social Security and military pay being the two that I'm aware of, but most other programs are subject to being hit by hard spending cuts. This will have a significant impact on our GDP, which has a big impact on our economy. Some economists are forecasting it could have as big an impact as 0.5% in our GDP. So 0.5% would put a big drag on our economy, being able to offset the unemployment rate that we're currently dealing with and get our economy back in full gear. So it's a big deal. It's driving the markets nuts as they're looking for direction. So let's pull it up and kind of see what impact it's having on the interest rates. So here we're going to look at a 3-month chart. You can see over the last 3 months, going back to December when we were dealing with the fiscal cliff, since then we've kind of been on a steady decline as far as how mortgage-backed securities are traded, as you can follow through my cursor here. What that means is interest rates are starting to rise. We think we've seen our lows and they're starting to climb. A lot of this is due to what's going on in the economy, the issues of sequestration, what's happening over in Europe, but more importantly, the government has been buying the mortgage-backed securities and the treasuries to keep rates artificially low. They're still doing that. They haven't slowed down, but there is continued talks about them exiting or beginning to slow that down, and that makes the markets nervous. So let's look. If we look, that's a pretty steady decline over the last month. We've lost some significant ground, so the rates are definitely on the rise, and we want to make sure people are aware of that because you don't want to miss this opportunity. They're still great. Even over the last 10 days, we've seen a consistent decline as we walk through this as well. But let's go back to some positive news. Rates are still at historically near lows, and the 30-year fix is still trading well below 4% for a conventional financing. FHA is still in the mid to high threes, so historically we're still in great shape. Put it in perspective, if we go back to July of last year, July of 2012, you can see we're still trading better than we were even 6 or 8 months ago. So we're still in a healthy position, and we expect rates to kind of continue to rise up and steadily over the next year, but nothing urgent. But you do want to take advantage of the rates while you can, because it does have an impact on affordability for new homeowners as well as your ability to refinance and save. So with that being said, keep a lookout for the sequestration issues. It's going to drive the markets nuts, and as always, if there's anything we can do to help you, we look forward to working with you. Have a great day, and check us out at mikeandrick.com.